everyone, how are you today? Hopefully in good condition. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lugedeulan Kurnia Dewi with the last 3 digits number 007 and I from class 3A Biology Education. In this video, I will explain about metabolism. Well, the subject matter and this time is enzyme, catabolism, and anabolism. First, what is metabolism? Metabolism is a series of processes in the cell of living things that involve chemical reaction. So that certain materials are needed or produced, such as element, molecule, compounds, or energy. Most enzymes are composed two parts, namely the protein part called the apoenzyme and the non-protein part called cofactor. Cofactor, which are organic molecules, are called coenzyme, while cofactor, which are inorganic molecules, are called protease group. Apoenzyme and coenzyme that combine to form a complete enzyme are called holoenzyme. Next, competitive inhibitor. This inhibitor has a structure similar to the substrate. Therefore, the inhibitor and substrate compete to able to combine with the enzyme to form the enzyme-substrate complex. In addition to inhibiting the bond between enzyme and substrate, inhibitor can inhibit the decomposition and formation of new compounds. Next, non-competitive inhibitor. In general, these inhibitors don't have a similar structure to the substrate and bind to the enzyme at a site other than the active site of enzyme. In this inhibitor combines with the enzyme, it will change the shape of the active site of the enzyme. Thus, the shape of the active site no longer matches the shape of the substrate. Remember the lock and key theory of the enzyme work model. Enzymes have the following properties. Enzyme work specifically. Enzymes are very specific. Enzyme can work back and forth or reversible. Enzyme or damage when exposed to heat. Enzyme can be used repeatedly or reusable, and enzyme then thrown into product. Next, we talk about catabolism. Catabolism is a reaction that breaks down or decomposes complex compounds into simple compounds, accompanied by the release of energy. And based on the presence or absence of oxygen, cellular respiration is divided into aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Stage of respiration first is glycolysis. Occurs in the cytoplasm. The basic material is glucose with 6 carbon atoms, and 1 molecule of glucose produces 2 ATP and 2 NADH. Next stage is oxidative decarboxylation. It is an intermediate reaction from glycolysis to the Krebs cycle. Occurs in the mitochondrial matrix, and purified acid with 3 carbon atoms give 2 NADH, 2 carbon dioxide, and acetyl coenzyme. Next stage is Krebs cycle, the stage that produces the highest carbon dioxide. Occurs in the mitochondrial matrix, and acetyl coenzyme will be broken down to produce 2 carbon dioxide, 3 NADH, 1 FADH, and 1 ATP. Next, electron transport. State with the highest ATP as much as 34 ATP. Occurs in mitochondrial cristae, and ATP comes from NADH and FADH2 through the process of oxidative phosphorylation. 1 NADH produces 3 ATP, while 1 FADH2 produces 2 ATP. Next, we talk about anaerobic organism or capable of respiration without oxygen. First, alcohol fermentation. Using carbohydrates as a raw material, both complex maltose and simple glucose. Pyruvate undergoes decarboxylation, releasing carbon dioxide to form acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is a less hydrogen accepting organic compounds. Next, lactic acid fermentation. As with alcoholic fermentation, the raw material is carbohydrates, glucose. Pyruvate is not decarboxylated first to acetaldehyde but is directly reduced by NADH to lactic acid. Pyruvate is an organic compound as the final hydrogen acceptor. The last material is anabolism. Anabolism is a reaction to form complex compounds that require energy. First, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process of preparing organic compounds, glucose or starch, from organic compounds, carbon dioxide, and water with the help of sunlight. Two stages of reaction in photosynthesis is first light reaction. In the light reaction, energy from the sun, light energy will be absorbed by chlorophyll and converted into chemical energy to synthesis NADPH and ATP into chloroplast. One of the pigments that play a direct role in the light reaction is chlorophyll A. Next stage and the last is dark reaction or Calvin cycle. The dark reaction is a reaction in photosynthesis that does not require light. The Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. In the dark reaction, the material for photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, will be formed into sugar molecules after going through 3 stages, including carbon fixation, reduction, and reformation or regeneration of RUBP. Thank you for watching.